नशीले पदार्थ बिकना, और भी चीज़ें लड़की वगैरह भी अगर वो मांगते थे तो वो भी चीज़ें प्रोवाइड कराना, तो वो काम था पुलकित आर्य का।
रिजॉर्ट में लड़कियों के साथ बहुत घिनौनी हरकतें होती थी, वो लड़कियों को बहुत गंदी गंदी गालियां देता था।
Good evening and welcome. You're watching Breaking Views with me, Sanket Upadhyay, a show where we get you all the views so that you get the complete picture. Now, only yesterday we debated for 30 long minutes on whether injustice has been done to Ankita in the resort, where demolition was done, arson was done, rooms were set on fire, perhaps evidence was destroyed. And we said that what if the police wants to investigate now, what will happen? And sure enough, today, in a demolished resort, a resort that has been demolished, the police went there for investigation to collect quote-unquote evidence. They have gone there now to collect evidence. Can you imagine how big a joke this has become? This investigation has begun, where evidence is now being gathered after the demolition has already been done, where lots of things, rooms have been burnt, CCTV has been destroyed, mattresses have been thrown in the swimming pool, all sorts of possible destruction of evidence has already been done, and then the police has reached there. What was believed to be Ankita's room has also been demolished. Is this investigation turning out to be a joke? The SIT officer today says that we are trying to gather more evidence. Imagine, would it not have helped the police to gather accurate evidence to help solve the conspiracy and the crime had this resort not been demolished? What was this pressing urgency to demolish it even before the body was found, and that too in the dead of the night? And thus, we ask this question one more time on yet another program. Was this done to create some sort of a cover-up, resorting to a cover-up, so that it leads to a botched-up investigation? Bulldozer justice to hide the den of vices. And why do we call it den of vices? Ex-employees of this resort have had the courage to come out and speak up for Ankita, for themselves. And they say that yes, this was a den of vices. Let's quickly take a look at the charges. So, charge number 1 is that Pulkit, the owner of this resort, he asked female employees for sexual advances to guests. Charge 2, unregistered entry of girls brought into the resort, which means no register entry of all those people who were coming. Drug abuse was rampant in Pulkit's resort. Resort provided guests with illegal drugs. Girls were pressurized if they said no to Pulkit's demands, and false charges, all sorts of allegations that there were false charges that you stole something and then you'll have an FIR and we'll destroy your life. All these allegations are now being made by courageous ex-employees of this resort. Imagine the scale of the cover-up. It now increasingly appears that bulldozer was nothing but a cover-up, and also hampering the process of investigation of the police. Has the truth been demolished? So what do we know as of this moment? Chats and audio conversations reveal that Ankita did not feel safe there. Police say Ankita was being pressurized for sexual advances. That is part of the police investigation. Ex-employees have now said that there was rampant use of drugs. They say that girls used to come without entry in the register, was abused and threatened when raised issue of authorities, and ex-employees ran away and they were willing to risk any consequence. Let's now quickly and straight away go to what possibly could have been lost in this demolished resort. Let's quickly go to that particular presentation. What has been lost to a demolished resort? An entry register. We have no idea. The police has gone there now to carry out investigation and get more evidence in a broken down demolished resort. What they will not be able to get is that entry register. What they will not be able to get is crucial CCTV footage at that resort. Imagine how important this footage would have been. There is a conversation of a VIP who had to be serviced, and these women had to escort that VIP. All sorts of things are coming to light. But that crucial CCTV footage is now missing because of the bulldozer action and the arson. Electronic evidence of who all entered and who all left, and the trail leading to these powerful guests. Will the police be able to get this evidence? This mad rush to send the bulldozer everywhere has actually done so much injustice to that girl. And more than that, could this possibly be criminal connivance to save those who are guilty of all of this? Let me introduce our guest this evening, Sujata Paul, spokesperson of the Congress Party. Mihra Sood is an advocate of the Supreme Court. Kishore Upadhyay, leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And we also have A.K. Jain, former DGP of Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Jain, I want to begin with you first. You know, the SIT team has gone there now. They are saying we are trying to gather evidence. They are gathering evidence in a resort which has been demolished. They are gathering evidence where everyone was allowed. Everyone and anyone could enter there, touch anything they wanted, rooms burnt down. If this is not tampering with evidence, what is?
No, you are absolutely correct. I didn't know the full facts. If her room has also been demolished, there is no entry register, CCTVs, DVRs, etc. have been destroyed. So naturally, some evidence, some crucial evidence might have been retrieved from her room, from reception, from CCTVs. Although the main scene of crime is near Chilla Canal, and from where she was thrown into the canal, but several evidences naturally might have been recovered if police had been allowed to take them, and the scene of crime should have been preserved for a few days. And I'm really surprised because now inquiry has been ordered and DM has ordered inquiry as to who has demolished.
Can you imagine? I mean, as a top cop, Mr. Jain,
yes.
Do you feel that this investigation has been reduced to a joke? Imagine
Yes.
the Chief Minister claimed very proudly that swift action I have taken, bulldozer action, and now the DM of his own state is saying we are inquiring who ordered this.
Who ordered demolition?
Do bulldozers just move around on their own?
In one report I saw, I read that Yamkeshwar MLA, some Renu Best, she went there with the JCB. I don't know, she has no authority to go there with the JCB. Once the investigation has been handed over to police, the crime scene is sealed and nobody can touch it till the time police releases it for the revenue authorities and for other people. So it is naturally shocking, and it will raise question marks on collection of evidence also, forensic evidence also.
Yeah, Mihra Sood, where do you stand on this issue?
What could possibly be the alternate view on this, Sanket? The demolition was completely unlawful, unauthorized. It's shocking, and it's entirely of a piece, though, with the sort of normalization of demolition justice, so to speak, that the BJP government has been following. The idea that demolishing a structure is some kind of justice being done without evidence, without hearing, without judicial inquiry, and particularly in a case like this where you are actually tampering with evidence, it's completely shocking. And even the action of expelling somebody from a party, it's only a way of keeping your own nose clean. What we really need to see is swift justice being taken. The BJP is a party that claims to have come to power on its platform of anti-corruption. But corruption doesn't only happen in one way. Undermining institutions of justice is an extremely potent method of corruption that the BJP appears to have perfected. And this misuse of power, undermining institutions of justice or any kind of external institution, makes it clear that the party is no different. Of course, you say there can be a bad egg in every party. It's not that. The question is, what do you do about it? You try to cover
No,
it
Mihira
up.
Sood, should this be treated as a classic example of how bulldozer justice can create problems in investigation? You want to deliver justice, but actually you have done quite the opposite.
Of course, and now ex post facto, you can always say, we will now have this inquiry, that inquiry, see who ordered it, but the damage has been done.
Correct. Correct.
So what is the point of this, right?
Sujata Paul, your views.
You know, Sanket ji, one thing is very clear, that this government is out to destroy the evidence. Because if there is someone who needs to go now, is the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand for tampering with the evidence. He is the one who ordered that bulldozer justice. That demolition should never have happened, and we have been screaming from the rooftops that this should not be done. Renu Bish should be taken into custody immediately, and the DGP must go. And why I say that the DGP must go is because he has constantly been saying that the scene of crime is, that bridge on the Chilla Canal. Now you tell me, how can he say that that is the scene of the crime? The scene of the crime is the resort. That's it. Because the girl was there, all this prostitution racket was happening in the, in the resort. And it is the cameras over there which were not working.
Do you feel this demolition is a criminal offence with the intention to save the culprits?
Absolutely, and this is a criminal conspiracy of the highest level, and they have gone to the basis level to execute.
Okay,
it.
Kishore Upadhyay of the you are an MLA. Kishore Upadhyay of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Upadhyay ji, I want to ask you this question. आपने सुना होगा कि जो पूर्व में जो रिसेप्शनिस्ट थी उसने अपने बयान में क्या बोला है, और एक और आदमी जो वहां काम कर रहा था उसने वहां पर क्या बोला. इन्होंने ये बोला कि वहां पर ड्रग सप्लाई होती थी, वहां पर लड़कियों का आना जाना होता था, और बाकायदा बताया जाता था कि इन लोगों की एंट्री मत करो, इनकी एंट्री मत करो, इनका कोई रिकॉर्ड नहीं चाहिए, कोई आईडी कार्ड चेक नहीं होना चाहिए. ऐसे वक्त में जब पुराने एम्प्लॉइज ये खुलेआम आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि वहां पर ड्रग्स, प्रोस्टिट्यूशन, नशा, ये सारी चीजें हो रही थी गैर कानूनी तरीके से, ये जो बुलडोजर न्याय देने आप चले, आपको नहीं लगता है आपने सबसे बड़ा पाप किया है और इसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन होनी चाहिए? अंकिता को आपने अन्याय कर दिया उसके साथ.
मैंने संकेत जी, इस तरह से राजनीतिक करण कर देना एक इतनी बड़ी दुर्घटना और दुख का जो विषय है हम सब के लिए. आपको इससे मतलब नहीं है कि जिसने इस तरह का जघन्य अपराध किया उसको सजा मिल सके. और मेरी सरकार ने, हमारी सरकार ने, मेरे मुख्यमंत्री ने जिस तरह से एक्शंस लिए.
नहीं किशोर जी, आप मुझे ये बताइए, ये डेमोलिशन अगर नहीं हुआ होता, आज जो एसआईटी टीम वहां पहुंची है जांच करने के लिए और साक्ष्य बटोरने के लिए, टू गैदर एविडेंस, ये उनको और अच्छे से नहीं मिल जाता? सीसीटीवी टूटा हुआ है, कमरा तोड़ दिया, लोग वहां पर खुलेआम घूमे, क्या मिलेगा पुलिस को?
संकेत जी, मैं एक निवेदन आपसे करना चाहता हूं, बहुत विनम्रता पूर्वक. मैं निवेदन ये करना चाहता हूं कि जांच चल रही है और उसमें हम पहले ही जो है किसी कंक्लूजन पर अगर पहुंच जाते हैं.
मेरा सवाल यही है किशोर जी, यहां पर अभी आपने सुना पूर्व डीजीपी, उनका क्या कहना है कि ये कैसी जांच होगी जिसमें कोई साक्ष्य मिलेंगे ही नहीं, कोई एविडेंस मिलेगा ही नहीं.
नहीं, मैंने उनका भी जो है उनका दृष्टिकोण भी मैंने सुना, लेकिन मेरे ख्याल से ये जाति हो रही है, जो घटना हुई है, जो.
We'll come back to Mr. Kishore. Yes, Sujata Paul.
You know, the fact is that the Prime Minister has traveled all the way to Japan. But what about the place that he is connected to? If only he had made a statement, maybe something would have happened. But the point is that who are the people who should be taken into custody? Should Vinod Arya not be taken into custody? Should the wife of Pulkit Arya, whose role has also come in, not be taken into custody? And I want you to know that there were four people.
They're taken into custody in light of these statements by ex-staffers. By the way, for the benefit of our viewers, let's put them on screen right now. So what did ex-receptionist say? Let's put that graphic on screen, and Sujata Paul, you can answer after that. So she said, resort management would provide illegal liquor, they would provide illegal cannabis, drugs, and even girls were provided to guests, was sick of the wrong activities. This was the receptionist. Another person says, I was stopped I stopped going to work after a month, providing drugs and girls a usual business for Pulkit Arya. Cops handed over the case to Patwari after I called. Patwari asked Pulkit what should be done with me. I was abused and threatened. I was forced to write an apology. They used my apology to blackmail me. We left willing to risk any consequence. These are on record statements of 2 ex-staffers of this resort, openly suggesting that this was a den of vice. And it stands demolished now. Sujata Paul.
You know, Sanketji, I want to bring in one more important point. Do you know that the Patwari, the revenue police person Patwari, who was suspended earlier, was not the actual Patwari who was given the complaint. The person who was the actual Patwari, his name is Vaibhav Pratap. And he went on holiday after, just before this thing happened. This means what? He had the complaint with him. He knew something was going to happen. And this is why I'm saying this is a conspiracy. And the second point is when a huge noise was made about this, that you have, suspended Vivek the Patwari. It is actually Vaibhav Pratap. So today, Vaibhav Pratap has been
Kishore,
suspended.
I believe, is now back with us. Kishore ji is back with us of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Kishore ji, ये जो दोनों जो ex-staffers हैं, जो वहां पर काम करते थे, उन दोनों के बयान के मद्देनजर क्या जांच नहीं होनी चाहिए कि किसने ये बुलडोजर चलवाया? क्या मुख्यमंत्री को जिम्मेदारी नहीं लेनी चाहिए कि उन्होंने ऐसी कार्रवाई को अंजाम दे दिया है जिसकी वजह से अब जांच में तकलीफ होगी?
संकेत जी,
और क्या किसी को बचाने का प्रयास था?
आपके नहीं, मैं एनडीटीवी के माध्यम से आपकी जो एक रेपुटेशन है उसके माध्यम से मैं सारे दर्शकों को ये विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि हमारी सरकार कोई प्रयास नहीं छोड़ेगी। जो भी अपराधी हैं, अगर जो पूर्व के जो वहां पर काम करने वाले लोग हैं, ये इंक्वायरी से तो पता चलेगा ना अगर कहीं कुछ गलत हुआ है, और कानून अपना काम करेगा।
किशोर जी,
इसमें पहले हम किसी
फिर वही बात हमारे किशोर उपाध्याय कीप सेइंग कानून अपना काम करेगा। व्हाट विल कानून डू इफ कानून विल नॉट गेट एनी फोरेंसिक डिटेल्स इन अ सीन ऑफ क्राइम और एनी एविडेंस? व्हाट कैन कानून डू?
No, Mr. Upadhyay, who will decide this? Who will decide?
The police will.
Inquiry or my follow? No. My very distinguished 2-3 जो पैनलिस्ट हैं आपके, वो डिसाइड करेंगे।
पैनलिस्ट डिसाइड नहीं करेंगे सर, मैं आपसे सवाल यही पूछ रहा हूँ। यू टेल मी।
वो डिसाइड कर रहे हैं।
Here is Mr. A.K. Jain, is a former DGP. One moment. A former DGP is here. A top cop is saying that this is tampering with the scene of crime.
Sanket, they are relying on the culprit.
ये जो हो गया
नहीं, ये हो गया सो हो गया। Exactly. This is where people need to be held accountable. हो गया सो हो गया is the problem.
पारदर्शिता से घटना की जांच कर रही है।
Should there be a thorough investigation into who ordered the bulldozer?
Yes, definitely there will be.
Who ordered the bulldozing? Why was the bulldozer there in the dead of the night?
And you come, I mean my distinguished fellow panelists, let them come with the evidences. If they have any
so panelists will provide evidence.
Let them come forward.
No, the offender will provide the evidence, Sanket. They are relying on what Pulkit Arya.
Okay, one by one, please. Mihira Sood, please.
किस तरह की बात कर रहे हैं आप?
Mr. Upadhyay seems to be suggesting.
Mihira Sood, do you feel that these new things? Let's get in some order in this debate. Mihira Sood, my question to Mihira Sood is, do you feel, in light of the new information that we have, ex-employees coming out and saying that this was a den of vice, bulldozer action, and the utter confusion now? Chief Minister originally claiming that we took swift action, now going quiet on bulldozer, and the DM of Pauri saying, I'm investigating who ordered this. They don't even know who ordered. Do you feel all of this points to a criminal conspiracy to destroy evidence, and that must be probed?
100%. It must be probed. It must be probed by an external agency, not by the government of Uttarakhand, first of all. And I take strong exception to Mr. Upadhyay's statement that you come and provide the evidence. If you are not in a position to come and provide the evidence, you have no business questioning us. You are not unquestionable. Nobody in the government is above interrogation.
Why not?
All of us are here. When you say, who are you to decide? It is there in the public domain. The entire public will decide, Mr. Upadhyay. You are not above public decision, public opinion, and interrogation from the public on news channels such as this. That is the entire purpose of it. All right? This misuse of power, sorry, Mr. Upadhyay, your government
One by one.
had no problem questioning people in power. Where your government had no problem questioning people in power, rightly so. When we were talking about anti-corruption protests in 2012, 2013, now suddenly you think all of you are above questioning. That is absolutely not true.
My point is this bulldozing, arson, and the ex-employee statement, all of this
will decide, and it is not okay for you to say.
Sure.
If you want to have an opinion, you can provide.
Thank you very much,
That
Sujata
is not
Paul,
our job.
Mihira Sood, Kishore Upadhyay, as well as AK Jain, with this new information that has come out. It is very important now for a fresh investigation to find out whether there was any criminal conspiracy in trying to destroy evidence. That's an even bigger injustice to Ankita. I have with me former Chief Minister of Uttarakhand, Mr. Harish Rawat. Mr. Rawat, you think evidence has been destroyed?
I think the whole exercise was to demolish the evidences which have whatever form they were available. And it is a conspiracy, well thought conspiracy, and very high and mighty people were involved in this process.
Do you feel, Mr. Rawat, that the bulldozer was used to
help of murder, etc. If you go through all the things, it took 4 days arresting the culprit. From the right beginning, 18th of this month, it was in wide knowledge of the people that Ankita is killed. But police took it 4 days to arrest the culprits, and then the recovery was of the body of the girl. It took 7 days. The mobile etc. yet to be recovered in that resort where she was residing, and there were cameras, everything was there. But after bulldozing everything, so whatever form the evidences were there, certainly they got destroyed. So destructing the evidences is a criminal act. This criminal act was performed.
Mr. Rawat, do you think we'll never know what the truth is? I mean, the Chief Minister he said earlier that we took swift action, that's why the bulldozer went there. Whereas the District Magistrate of Pauri now says that he's still probing who ordered the bulldozing of this property.
Who gave the order? If District Magistrate had not given the order, because the District Magistrate is the whole soul, everything. Without his permission, how bulldozer can be applied? I think some VIP was driving that bulldozer, or under his or her close was that the bulldozer was used there. The resort was bulldozed, that particularly that room where Ankita was there. Those places where the cameras were installed. These all the places where the possible evidences can be traced are demolished.
All right. Harish Rawat, many thanks for joining us. With that, we have come to the end of this broadcast. But if we want justice for Ankita and for every victim like Ankita, then this is one thing that we have to question. This bulldozer was attempted. There was an attempt to show this as speedy justice. That look, we took swift action. It has become the symbol of injustice in the case of Ankita. Imagine so many crucial, vital clues lost because somebody either tried to do some quick politics or was there a criminal conspiracy. Should this not be investigated? Good night.
Vanantra Resort.
पदार्थ बिकना, और भी चीज़ें लड़की वगैरह भी अगर वो मांगते थे तो वो भी चीज़ें प्रोवाइड कराना, तो वो काम था पुलकित आर्य का।
रिजॉर्ट में लड़कियों के साथ बहुत घिनौनी हरकतें होती थी, वो लड़कियों को बहुत गंदी गंदी गालियां देता था।